Hi, and welcome to Carolina Varsity's 2013 Week 10 preview of the Mecca Conference. I'm Dale Ross.
And I'm the pet man, Matt Barber.
And Matt, the next game is West Charlotte 0-8, 0-4 versus Hough 7-1, 3-1. So, last season Hough won 41-7. Hopewell defeated West Charlotte 42-20. West Charlotte got 20 points out of that ball game. And Hough defeated A.L. Brown 14-0. Hough is picking a Hough over West Charlotte by 59 points.
Okay.
And that's probably true if depending on what Hough's wanting to do. 3 remaining games of the season are West Charlotte's playoffs, is the way I look at it, because after you're not going to get into playoffs with even if you won 3 ball games.
Right.
3 conference games. I don't think you're making the playoffs. But they do need to start building something for next year. So, the kids can't think the season's over. You got to start building for next year. And this is really the time when coaches have really got to start looking. You want to give seniors time to play because they'll never get to play again. But you also got to start looking at who are the younger kids that I can develop some experience for next year.
Most definitely.
Hough just needs to try to keep pace, with A.L. Brown and Mallard Creek. What they need is and hope for is that A.L. Brown creates a 3-way tie by defeating Mallard Creek. But Hough's got to, now it's just you got to win, go out and do what you need to do, win, so that you can keep pace.
Right. Like you said, I don't see this game being close. I don't think Hough will run it up on West Charlotte. I think Coach Collins will have some respect, from being around the area in West Charlotte tradition.
Right.
He'll keep it within reason. So it may not get to that 59 points, but I think Hough definitely win. The key for West Charlotte, though, for them to have some success, I think the player we mentioned earlier for their Player of the Week, I think you got to move him around and feature him. He can obviously run the ball very well. But you can give him some screen passes, maybe split him out in receiver and let him catch a bubble screen, some things like that, get him in space and let him try to make some plays against that tough Hough defense. It's coming off that shutout of A.L. Brown. But I think the key for Hough, especially in the first half when your starters are probably going to be in the game, they've got to get back to their offensive balance and rhythm. They were pretty conservative last week over A.L. Brown. They ran the ball a lot. They did what they needed to do. But Stilly, I think he only threw the ball maybe 9 or 10 times in the game. And for them to be successful going forward in the playoffs and such, they got to get back to that balance that they are known for. And Stilly's a really good player. So I expect them early on to really work on the passing game and get back in sync with those guys, because they got some really good receivers, and let the offensive line working on some pass blocking and such. Because West Charlotte does have a good defensive line. And that'll test them a little bit up front. But yeah, definitely I see this as a Hough victory. Okay,
well there you go. I think there's really not much more to say about it. Hope it's a good ball game. Hough's a great place to go watch a ball game. Have a good